Welcome back to the Amanda Seales Show. It's your girl, Amanda Seales. And this is a little bit of Blackout News meets pop culture, a little Venn diagram situation, okay?
Okay.
So when we go to the barbershop, I wish I could say they were discussing, the epidemic of men's overuse of spraying, I don't even know how you pronounce it. Bigen? Beijing on their hairlines. I wish that's what was being discussed. Instead, rapper slash entrepreneur and Grammy Award winner Killer Mike, he was speaking to controversial presidential candidate Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Now, I don't know why he had him at the barbershop, but, he seems to always be the one bringing white politicians into black spaces. I feel like he does that often. And by often, that might even only be the second time, but I didn't like it the first time when he was with Brian Kemp while Stacey Abrams was running for governor.
Oh, okay.
Yep. But nonetheless, let's hear what he had to say. He had some solutions for child support that he was running by the presidential candidate.
Pregnant as a teenager, young man and woman get pregnant, this is the 2-year plan. First 2 years are debt-free. You don't have to pay the government anything back. So she doesn't get to drag him into court and the court doesn't say, you owe us money for investing in your child through food programs, through early Head Start programs. Because in those 2 years, the boy has the option, or not an option, he has the demand of the co-man to then go to a trade school. You have to go to a trade school, which incentivizes the United States to do it because we need more tradespeople.
I'm trying to figure out, did he run this by anybody before he decided to bring this? Like, did this idea come to him when he was sitting in jail after being arrested at the Grammys? And he was like, aha, eureka. Because I don't understand it. My thing about it is this. He doesn't mention any incentives or even centering of the actual mother in this conversation at all. It's really specifically just about the quote unquote boy, which is bonkers that he's referring to the woman and the mother, and he's referring to the father as a boy. And I don't understand what's going on in his mind, because words matter, and that is very Freudian. He's literally adultifying the parent, but saying that, adultifying the mother, but treating the father as if they still need assistance in their maturation. Now, 2 years is a long time, and they're essentially saying that in those 2 years, it is going to be the mother going on government assistance versus having the father have any level of responsibility financially that is essentially told by the government to be child support. Now, my ideal is that the government doesn't have to be involved. I think that is the ideal, right? The ideal is, even if you're not a couple, that you can co-parent and that there's a responsibility and an understanding between two parties that we have to raise this child, even if we don't have love for each other. But this suggestion that he's making does not treat the situation as a partnership as much as it treats it as a, how do we help fathers of mothers? How do we help fathers of children not have to carry the burden immediately of the financial responsibility of it? And I don't know that that's something that is really like worth platforming, but you tell me, you've been through this.
Oh, wow. I think
I didn't mean it that way. I just meant, I'm talking as a theorist, but
I think his plan it revolves around the male part too much, and I think it's too much government involved in the whole process of everything that's going on. I don't think the current system that they have set up now is a good system, but I'm not sure about that either, because that just puts way too much control of families in the government hands. And like, we can see through the military, people getting married for the wrong reasons, because a lot of people in the military just get married for benefits, and I don't think that that's the path to go for marriage, just to get government benefits. Like, that sounds like you're gonna have a whole bunch of chaos going on as a result of that.
It also further supports marriage, like you said, as a governance effort and less about actually feelings, or it continues to perpetuate marriage as like a capitalist effort versus as an actual like human effort, which
absolutely,
which would explain why he's not even talking about the woman, because marriage was created to make women property.
Yeah.
Now, there have been beautiful things that have come out of that. Don't get me wrong, because people will still find a way to grow roses in concrete, but that is what it was created for. So,
yeah.
I guess the moral of the story is he's talking out his neck, and he has a big neck.
Not a big neck.
That's a big neck nigga right there. You had another thought that you wanted to add, though.
I just think there's too much government control in the whole thing that he was saying right there. It just sounds like it sounds like a dictatorship almost once you get, just go.
I would say that, to your point, like, if there's already a problem with the government being too involved, why would we get them further involved?
Yeah.
And this government has not demonstrated any F's given for Black people and Black families.
Nope.
So why are we trusting them to now? Let me know your thoughts. 1-855-AMANDA-8. That's 1-855-262-6328. We'll be right back to the Amanda Seales Show.